I'm Stephanie. I wrote the article Trinbagonian, Food is a Love Language. And now that I'm in Trinidad, I thought I would come and cook for Badawi. This is my love dal. It's a version of my uncle's river dal, but I don't want to call it that because I can't cook like him. But I thought of dal. I don't know, I can't remember if dal is in the article, but in the article I list a lot of very ambitious foods that I was wondering about new love. I'm gonna try to make bacon shack for a new man? No. No. So I kept thinking about like what's easy, what's quick, what's foolproof, what everybody could eat, what's make you feel good, what have I made for love before? And it's this dal. It's not a traditional dal, it's a clean out the fridge dal. It's a dal that don't really need rice. It's a dal that don't need meat or curry. It could have it, you don't actually need it. The first time I made it was for my friend Melissa, who's not Trini, but Caribbean. And she wasn't really familiar with dal at all. And I made it like a soup with a sandwich. And to me, I'm feeling bad I giving this girl this cheap meal, like she come by me and this is the big dinner I have planned. Up to now, she's talking about it. Like that is her most memorable dish. She named it love, before I could even think of it as love. Today, to sort of follow up on that article and, you know, what a love language is to me, what a love food would be for me, I'm gonna try to make this love dal on camera. If you want measurements, go leave. This is not what's gonna happen. I look at everything. I don't cook with a lot of oil. What I put in there look like less than a tablespoon. I will always start with onion. And this is just like a way cooking with fire. I have not cooked with fire in a long time. I've been using an electric stove. This is a treat for me. So onion first. I know garlic does burn fast, so if I'm gonna do garlic now, I'll move fast, right? Every time we're going fast. So I'll do some of this minced up garlic. So just some garlic and onion. I love the smell of garlic and onion together. If it don't have the smell first, it have no love in the food for me. And I'll do this pot knocking sound. I'm so sorry if that is offensive on the camera.
My mother used to be cussing every time I
so
do
my
that.
friend taught me something. He said, why you don't do this?
Oh, wow. That changes the game.
Big up Ryan from Brazil. All right, so onion, garlic. I could do some tomato now and I could probably raise back the heat a little bit. The oil drying up. So it's quite possible I might put some more. I like everything to kind of start to sweat before I add something new. Like everybody just kind of saying hi. You know? All right, and I love pumpkin to go in early. So it'll get as soft as possible. I want the pumpkin to completely dissolve in the dal. If there's some chunks, that's fine. But pumpkin for me is a very, very important ingredient in a lot of things that I cook. A new thing I started doing, which I never used to do, is frying shadow bunny. So I'm putting it in early. I'll add some at the end too. So I'll leave it back about that much. How much I put? This much. Right, and when I put all those things together and they start to like each other, I'll put salt. How much salt? Same thing, that much, okay? It's how it look, how fast it disappear.
Totally by feel.
And then sometimes you put your hand back and you'll be like, no. So that's how much salt and how much black pepper don't have to go in yet. Actually, for a little color. All right. At this point, I find a lot of the onion disappear. I think it probably cut up a little smaller than I would do it because this is a much more professional cutting up. I'm not a very patient person, so I'll add a little more. Because I want to see it, right? I do want to see it. I don't know what it's doing if I'm not seeing it. All right, at this point, I could do the dal, yeah. It's a little heavy for me. Sorry, I think I'm gonna burn down the kitchen. This is Masuri dal. And I use this one and not split peas just because it's cooked fast. If you have a pressure cooker, do split peas. I don't know how to use a pressure cooker. Right, so that was in this water. I need a little bit more water. I want to cover it. All right, so this will definitely double up and thicken up a lot. That's not enough water. This is not how much water we're going to stop with. But just for now, to let things say hi, I could put in the bhaji from now. This dash and bush bhaji. My uncle has used poi bhaji. I think because the dash and bush will just melt a lot. I'll just do this for now and see how much it melts down. Right, and I like a hot pepper in everything. I put a green one because I just think it will look nice. But generally, I like the flavor of an orange one because it's still Oh yeah, why I keep looking?
Because I said not.
No, sorry. I put in a green pepper, but normally I'll use an orange one because I like that it's sweet and it's floral, as opposed to a red one, which I find overripe in a way, and sometimes it gets too soft too fast. But this green one is literally going in here because it's looking nice. Okay. I have some ground jeera and whole jeera, but at this stage I'll put in some ground jeera. I don't know if I normally put it in now or when. Because I kind of liking the idea of putting in everything today and covering it and leaving it. Just today. I don't know. I just feel like it. It's not my house. I never cook in here before. So that's how it does work. No, I don't want to put the turmeric now. Alright, so I'm going to mix in the bhaji. And I want to see how much that dal doubling up or fattening up or whatever you call it before I cover it and it burn. Because I will die of shame if I burn food in Badawi kitchen in front of people.
I just burn food in my kitchen.
You don't post it. Right?
Points were made.
Oh, good.
Points were made.
All right, so already I want the water to cover dal, right? So already there's a lot of water getting absorbed. That's why I like this dal. It's cooked so fast, but you have to keep your eye on it, and you know how I love to helicopter mom the food. So, go for that. Yeah, I don't like what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to know. This is not how we learn our food. We feel our food. We don't read our food. There's a lot of concern about keeping the traditions and how people will know when this will disappear, but how it lasts so long in the first place, you know? And I'm concerned that a lot of this record keeping is not for we. And
At least not in that form.
Not
in the written form.
Exactly, because if you're from Caribbean people, you know this. Even my mother never teach me to cook, let me say that. But I know this and it tastes like her hand, right? So I think only if you don't have that, you need a recipe like 6 ounces of water, 2 tablespoons of oil. Only if you don't have this.
Right.
I mean, I'm a professor. I teach English in a university in the U.S. That's academia, and I'm always trying to find that place where colonialism, which is what this is in a classroom, and people sit down and they're listening, and I'm in front, and I'm telling them what to do, and they're writing it, and then I'm judging them and giving them a grade, and that means how good they are, how bad they are, and if they have to do it over. I try to find the balance between that, because I teach writing, and how to get these students to develop their voice and like what they write, and they feel good about it, and they don't care what I say. And if they get F, that they say, F you, right? And I find we need to. I find like it's so easy to discount other forms of education, like you're saying, right? Like the University of Woodford Square was one. But again, even that, the name of that is still patterned after this very colonial structure of education. But being in the kitchen with your grandmother is an education, you know? And listening to music is an education. Eating is the education. And that's how I learned to cook a lot of stuff too. I know what I like, right? So I know how much to put based on what I like how this is. So oral traditions and feeling, and I mean, it sounds very woo-woo, and I'm okay with that, but like, I feel as Caribbean people and where our food comes from, like how the origin and the evolution of our food is so much a part of our body and our earth and what we had and what we had to do with it to feel close as possible to what the ones before us knew, right? And that is just a whole set of souls and spirits working together, right? So they don't need to read. They don't need a book. So if you're cooking from a place of, well, this is me. I'm going to put me here. I'm cooking for my friend. I love her. I want her to see what Trinidad does taste like. If I had to give Trinidad a taste, what it would taste like. If you're cooking from that, you don't need to write it down. Right. I like how the bhaji looking. The dal starting to mash up, right? Starting to look less defined. So it's starting up. My pumpkin, sometimes I'll press it to the side of the pot here just to urge it along because I want it to mash up. And at this point, I don't like the color of the dal, which is why the turmeric will go in. I know it adds flavor and stuff, but it's really because I don't like the color. And my mother's mother, her dal used to be kind of brown. My little sister used to give trouble to eat as a child. She only wanted mom dal, the brown dal. And I was like, oh, when I get older and trying to make dal and I want to recreate that because that's the best dal we know, how she get dal brown? What is brown in the dal? And I realized, I don't know if this is what she used to do, but when I put ground jeera, like plenty, the dal just get a little brown. I will put jeera according to the color, so I will just keep adding until I see it looking like my grandmother dal. Right now, this dal is very yellow for me. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, see how smooth it's starting to get already? I love that. All right, I'm feeling a little bit of sticking, so it means it wants some water, or it will want some water. So you just feel it, which is what I'm doing. Yeah, like right now we're doing the thing that I like. Right now, me and the dal making love, right? That's what's happening here right now. When I push it so and I do the thing, oh. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Will it close all the eye? I think I have in a moment. All right, so I got some more ground jeera. As the dal is a little smoother now, it's actually a nice time to add some soup. I color it now. Yes, it's adding flavor, but I cook it with my eyes right now. Right, I want to get, and the color I want, I don't know how to describe to you, it is the color of my grandmother dal. So unless you've had it, I don't know what to tell you. It's the mom dal color, okay? Crayola will name it mom dal.
You like a watery dal or you like a thick dal?
If I eat any dal by itself, I want a tiny bit of texture at least. If I eat it on rice, but it's soupy and it's like a bowl of rice where you can't see the rice and it's covered in dal, liquid, more liquidy. And if I eat it with curry, in between. Everything is a texture and a context and a moment. That is why I keep saying, I don't know how to teach this. I don't know, you have to be in my body and my fingertips and my ears to understand what I'm looking at. So maybe this whole video is null, or maybe you're just layman and you're never going to make this because you don't understand a thing I'm saying. All right, looking nice. So this is the color I want, this is how liquid I want, but because I'm going to keep boiling it, because I want it a little smoother, I will have to add more liquid. But at the end, this is a good vibe. This is a dal I will eat in a bowl by itself. And tomorrow, if I want it with some rice, I will, oh, I don't microwave food, by the way. Tomorrow, if I want it with some rice, I will add a little more water when I'm warming it up in the pot. And a little salt, possibly. So we're not using a ladle today. You could use a pan. Just put some oil. Again, the same oil that I put in here, I could use here. There's a vegetable oil. Sometimes I'll do it like this, like lean it over so that it pools, because I want to bathe the garlic in it. I want the garlic covered in it, right? Right. We have some leftover minced garlic. I don't like to waste things, so that went in there too. And we'll put in whole jeera as well. Remember, you don't want anything to burn. I am looking for a certain color, and that is how I will know. And the color will be in the garlic. All right, I'm a little nervous about the jeera at this point. It's a really good color. The garlic is black enough for me. All right. All right, these kind of burn, I don't want to put them in. Maybe some. All right. Let it marry together. This is really the end of the dal here, you know. But the pot just hot, and I'll just now just keep mixing. At this point, I'm looking for color. This is the color I want. But I want a spoon with some bhaji that I could see. I want some jeera I could see. I feel like I'm getting greedy here because I might be able to eat all this. But yeah. Yeah. All right. So it doesn't taste like dal that your grandmother would make with curry, but it will remind you of it. And I'm making this in New York. And yeah, it's just all love. I love dal. It is good. If you look in the video description, you'll see that article I was talking about. Trinbagonian food is a love language, if you haven't read it already. And even if you did read it, I feel read it again after you see what I mean by loving my food. All right.